Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. I have not been uploading IDV stuff because I have not had the inspiration to do so due to, I won't say lack of engagement, but it's mainly because of lack of inspiration due to work and then school. And it's nobody's fault but life's fault, bruh. You know how people say, oh, life isn't fair, life isn't easy? That shouldn't be the case for people and their lives. Nobody should have to normalize the idea that work has you working 9 to 5 and making you lose sleep and making your sleep schedule all types of wonky, and then you have to sleep a specific time. That way you can wake up early just to do what you want to do. That shouldn't be the case of the matter, but it somehow is. And then the only way for you to get a practical break is if they cut your hours and you have to save up money, so you can't do anything you want to do for fun. Luxury, well, I will say luxury could pertain to hard work, but hard work shouldn't have to involve you suffering in some type of way. It should have to correlate to hardships of, well, not hardships, hard work of an achievement that you can look back on and just be like, yeah, I did that. I worked hard to get this, and now I get to relax and take in the luxuries. Not, oh, I went through all these hardships, this trauma, all this stuff. I deserve a good practical rest. It just, your body can't handle that. Your mind will literally get agitated if you try to relax. And that's basically what I'm going through. For the past couple of weeks, I've been stressed out. I've been kind of stressed out. I've been worrying myself. I've been scared that I'll embarrass somebody. There's just been moments where I just want to hide away and just not come out because I'm scared that I'm embarrassing people who I'm friends with. People sometimes whenever I'm talking on the phone, I realize nobody can probably hear me properly, and it makes me so upset because I genuinely want to be heard. And then I'm just sitting here like, nobody can hear me. I don't even know why I try. And basically, I got the B badge for Cowboy, and I've been trying to want to show it off, but then I don't feel the motivation to do so. I've been forgetting a lot, and my memory has been struggling. Sometimes whenever I hung out with people, as I said before, I'll sometimes forget what they say, or whenever people are trying to help me, I forget, and I don't mean to do it on purpose. I genuinely just forget. And people think I do it on purpose when no, I have a hard time remembering. There's a lot going on in my brain and I want to remember, but I I give myself way too much credit when I say I have a good memory. And it's mainly because I end up remembering stuff about my trauma or my abuse. And I can't help but chuckle at that. I'll joke about it. I'm like, I have such a good memory because I can remember the time my biological father did this to me, and I'll like laugh about it, but then later on I'm just laying in bed and I'm like, I specifically remember that because I remember how I felt. I don't remember the day it happened. I just remember feeling awful and feeling like I remember wishing that I was away from him. But then I realized I'd have nowhere to go and I wouldn't be with my sibling. I think the worst part to it is that I always want to like try to make enough money, try to make commission through edits and stuff, and whenever I want to edit, I just don't feel motivated to do that because most of the stuff I liked, I just can't remember. I listened to all these sounds. I could get access to most of the stuff easily, but now I can't because there's so much stuff to do, and it hurts. My head hurts sometimes. There are times whenever I look at stuff and I'm just like, yeah, I know how this works. But then I do it and I'm just like, I don't know how this works. I don't. I look at the computer, the laptop, and I think, I do know how this works. And then I try to do something, I realize I don't because I was never taught how to. And that's the thing with being a Black non-binary woman. You change, you go through all these changes, so many aspects of change, and then you realize that no matter what, people will only recognize you as a Black person, and your abusive parental figure will recognize you as his daughter that he never wanted. It hurts, but I think it hurts more knowing that he was trying to mold me into this servant type deal who would just watch over his multiple kids, because every time he got into a new relationship, I was stuck with watching over the kiddos. And even now, I was stuck with babysitting. And I remember once he told me that if I didn't hit my little brother, he would hit me instead. And sometimes when I think back on it, I think back to how I really should have just disobeyed him, but I was too scared. I wish I had just fought back, but I was so scared. Nobody has ever given me strength. I've always been told that I needed to submit and to just obey and to just listen. Now all I can say is that I hope that he is 6 feet under, because I despise him. I've never despised somebody more than I've despised him. And honestly, every moment I sit there and I remember how he once texted me talking about how he was making 6 figures. And I so badly wanted to tell him, since you're making 6 figures now, you can use that to give us some money. Because that's how he basically treated me. Anytime I achieve something, I don't get a good job or I'm proud of you. I get, why didn't you do this before? Or you need to keep doing that. That's not something. I never got a good job, or I remember getting good grades on some stuff, but he would talk about other stuff. I'd have good grades in other classes, and he would focus on one and punish me for that. And I remember once he beat me because we would be in our rooms doing homework. I think what makes it all worse is that we weren't perfect, and that's why I guess people in this family have such a hard time understanding that the pain he put us through wasn't okay. Hitting your children is abuse. Making them remove outer clothing just so you could hit them, so you can hit them to the point to where their skin can feel it, is a form of abuse. And I think what makes it worse is that I found out it's a form of SA, and there was a time when my whole class, we went to a trip to Washington, and this guy practically assaulted me in front of everybody, and I yelled at him and cussed him out, and my classmates laughed at me. I told my dad, and I guess he didn't really take it seriously. It sucks, doesn't it? It's funny. He always says stuff when nobody's around, so whenever other people hear it, it's hard to believe. My point is that I want to get better, but it'll take time. And I think the only way to heal is if I talk about it on here, because in a way, it feels like I'm getting justice for myself. Anyhow, thank you for listening, littles. I will see you soon. Bye.